Dobbins in Denver last night. Tom Pelissaro had the report that he was on his way to Denver. He's going to have dinner with the coaching staff, front office, and then hang out today. And I'm imagine just talk shop, talk more business, talk fit, what he could do in orange and blue, and then see if they can get a deal done. Cecil, we don't have any news now, right? So there's nothing new that is coming out of Broncos Park powered by Common Spirit. I would imagine, I'm assuming here he's in the building, not out on the field, because that's just a huge distraction, and that's what it all would be.
Yeah.
He's just in the building still having conversations about role, fit, and money.
Maybe watching practice, maybe talking to Greg Penner, maybe just, going through the coaching staff. How would you use him? Here's our plan for you. It's essentially a recruiting trip, right? You're pitching J.K. Dobbins on joining the Denver Broncos as a big part of this team because, honestly, that's what he would be. And that also would be good for him because even though he's a large part of what could be with the Broncos, he also would be sharing the backfield with R.J. Harvey, a very talented rookie running back in his own right, and it's that 1-2 punch that Sean Payton is looking for, not 1-2-3. He wants a 1-2 punch. He wants Mark Ingram. He wants Alvin Kamara. Well, Kamara is clearly R.J. Harvey in that role. Your Ingram role was Audric Estime's, just based on his size. Jaleel McLaughlin, with all his effort and his skill, he can't be Mark Ingram. Mark Ingram weighed like 50 more pounds than he does. So he can't be Mark Ingram. Actually, it's like 35, but still. He can be, a change of pace or a scatback, essentially, which is a different position. So that Mark Ingram role was clearly Audric Estime's until this team wanted to look at J.K. Dobbins. For whatever reason, I'm sure Coach, if they haven't signed him by the press conference, Coach Payton will be like, hey, just looking at everybody, we think J.K. is a great back, and, we'd love to see what he could do, but we're just taking a look, and we like the backs that are here. I already know what he's going to say.
Yeah.
It's how he says it, and then how quickly they sign J.K. Dobbins.
Are you surprised that if they're going to sign him, do they just want to wait until after this so they don't have to give the whole song and dance?
Well, if you hear that, if you're Audric Estime, and you hear they're bringing in a back that's a big back, okay, that's a message. Yeah. That's message sent, message received. What is your effort like today? Was today essentially the final chance for Estime to prove himself? Again, he's a fifth-round pick. They could wash their hands like that. Mm-hmm. He could never play it down for the Broncos like that in 2025. Don't get it twisted any other way. So how does Estime respond to this dinner/meeting? And if he responds in kind, if he runs the way they want him to, and again, I'm just assuming this, then maybe they say, okay, JK's, got to give up that compensatory pick. Maybe the price is a little bit off. Or maybe they say, sign him. Let's go. JK, You're our guy.
See, that would, I know you're just painting a picture here, but if that were the way that it played out, that's even a bigger red flag. So it took Audric Estime, a guy that's accomplished nothing at this level, and was fighting for spot last year.
Right.
It took this to kind of wake him up or kick him in the ass a little bit. That's a bad sign. There should be no motivating. We talk about this all the time with the Nuggets. A professional athlete needs to be motivated. How about your damn paycheck is enough motivation? How about the fact that you're living out a dream that the rest of us knuckleheads can only dream of? I don't like that part of it. And I know it's not your idea. It's just something that you're floating out there.
Right.
What do you think the number would look like? Because it has to be north of 1.4 million?
3 million.
3 million.
Yeah.
Okay, it has to be north of that for the Chargers' little tender or whatever they have going on there in Los Angeles. And they're still working with about 13 million. He's definitely not going to get double digits in June now.
Right.
What number would turn you off? Because, man, if that thing gets north of, what are we talking about? 8-9 million guaranteed over a couple of years?
It's never going to be that.
Like 2 years, 6 million?
2 years, 6 million, all guaranteed.
Right.
That's not bad.
I was only talking guaranteed
2
money.
years, 4 million. Oh, you're just talking
just guaranteed.
Here's the thing, dude. He's only going to make like 3-4 million. Now, only. God.
Right. That'd be nice for me.
3-4 million.
All my problems would be gone.
Yeah, I'm flying to every game on a private jet.
Still use the one to get away. Don't waste your money on PJs.
I don't know.
Maybe once.
I'm not too people-y. So
maybe
PJ for me, but I would go to every game. Either way, he's only going to make like 4 to 5 million a year. Did I just go up a number?
Yeah, you did.
Let's just put the number at 4, so I stop talking. 4 million a year for J.K. Dobbins. So 2 years, $10 million, 8 guaranteed. That's not bad.
No.
I don't think that's bad at all. Now, I did hear Zach and Phil talk about the number of games needed. Phil was at 15.
I
was like,
I mean,
brother, like
60% of the roster's not going to get.
He's never going to play 15 games. Like, I take it when I take, let's say, 10 plus games. All right, I don't need 15, but whatever. And it's 17. Whatever. Yeah. But with Dobbins' injury history, you go, okay, is he available in the playoffs? Is he available in December when it's crunch time? You need to win the division. Is he available in the postseason where postseason football is about playing great defense and running the ball? Is he available then? If your answer is yes, then I want J.K. Dobbins. If your answer is he's going to play the first 8 games, get hurt, miss the rest of the year, like, I don't want that.
No.
You don't need that. But the nice thing is, if J.K. Dobbins is signed, you don't need to microwave R.J. Harvey's development. You can let Harvey kind of learn on the job and at his own pace, because if you don't, you have to have R.J. Harvey come through. We talked about the touches yesterday. It has to be 200 touches. It has to be. If J.K. Dobbins is here, it can be 175. And you could be okay with that as R.J. Harvey learns the ropes in the pros. So I love this idea. I hope it comes to fruition, and I hope it creates further competition. If you're running back core, and you got to keep Michael Burton, right? You're keeping Michael Burton. You're totally.
I mean, I'm not, but they
okay.
are. Yeah.
If it's only 3 backs, and if your 3 backs end up being R.J. Harvey, J.K. Dobbins, Audric Estime, I'm happy because that means Estime got the message and he responded in kind.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking at J.K.'s numbers from last year. He missed weeks 13, 14, 15, and 16.
Came back for the end of the year.
Mm-hmm. Would that be good enough for you?
Yeah. I just want him available in December and January.
Yeah.
Have him available in December and January. And here, he won't get the workload. I mean, it's Harbaugh, man. Come on.
Right.
Can you carry it 1,000,000 times? Like, that's what he's going to do. Here, it's going to be, are you working in space? Think of the spacing that you're going to have that you didn't have with the Chargers. One, the Chargers lack weapons. And we can look at JK's yards per catch, which almost is as much as his yards per carry. I think career average is around 4.6 yards per carry. It's around 4.8 yards per catch last year. That needs to be up at 7 or 8. Why was it like that? Because Los Angeles had nobody outside of what? Lad McConkey, right? Now, if you come here, think of the spacing, and a hit can happen at any time, and it could be some tiny little corner that takes out your knee or whatever. But think of the spacing that you work with Sutton, Vele, Ingram, Mims. Maybe you're in the backfield at the same time with R.J. Harvey. Like, the spacing that you'll have, the matchups that you'll have, if you're J.K. Dobbins, you're going to have a lot of space to run free. And I like that for him. Like it for the Broncos.
I mean, dude, I know you're saying his yards per catch is a little down in 2024, but listen to this. 4.8, you nailed it, yards per catch in 2024. 4.6 yards per carry in 2024. So you're telling me you give the ball to J.K. Dobbins, you're earning 5 yards.
Yeah.
I think I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll sign up for that.
Compared to Javonte.
Right, 1.3.
Right.
That's a pretty big upgrade there.
Yes.
3 extra yards if you just hand it to JK and not Javonte. So, yeah, I am down for that. It's an upgrade. And I understand that there is a history of injury. It's the NFL. It's only a matter of time. Injury rate is 100%. It's inevitable that somebody's going to get injured. This running back room needs an upgrade. It is, I mean, Cecil, if we were to power rank the position groups on offense, running back would be last. We're all high on R.J. Harvey, but as far as proven skins on the wall in the NFL, that group has done nothing inside of this league. So J.K. Dobbins would be an instant upgrade until we figure out who R.J. Harvey is as an NFL running back. He's the best running back that the Broncos are going to get. This is now pending money, and depending on what that is, I'm okay with the numbers you and I just rattled off. If that's the deal and JK's in, let's get this done, man. Get it done today.
Well, and I like the fact that we're talking about a 2-year deal for J.K. Dobbins. I don't need the trial. If it works, I want it to keep working.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It could really work, and it could be the best thing for R.J. Harvey, because then he is Kamara, and he doesn't have to do the Ingram stuff. Now, Kamara can. Look at Kamara last year with the Saints, and I know that's without Sean Payton, but they're still doing Sean Payton stuff. Kamara had to do everything to carry the load for that team that wasn't going anywhere because they're awful. But Kamara had to just carry that entire burden. He was capable of it. I think R.J. Harvey could be somewhat capable in a similar matter later on. But right now as a rookie, hey, you're going to be the dangerous space guy, receiver, runner, everything guy. They're not going to know when you're on the field. You're going to be on the field the same times as J.K. And then with J.K., it's like you're the power guy, you're the grinder, you're the tough yard guy, you're our closer. And honestly, this is a reference that I think you may not be happy with.
Okay.
But I would be happy with. If R.J. Harvey's the truth, right? And he's the man.
Mm-hmm.
And if J.K. Dobbins, you signed him 2 years, $8 million, and he's just your Samaje Perine, I'm okay with that. Because that means R.J. Harvey's the stud.
Mm-hmm.
That means they don't need to do the committee thing. And Perine was very valuable. He was very valuable for Kansas City. I know it didn't enter the championship, thank God. But, like...
Remember the third down he picked up for them in the AFC Championship?
Exactly. Yeah, so if Dobbins would be that... Because, again, Dobbins is a good receiver. He's a good receiver out of the backfield, and he's a power back in between the tackles. This is the perfect combination. This is so good. You can't screw it up. You can't screw it up. Don't let him leave. Greg Penner, I'm asking. I was going to say commanding. I only ask Greg stuff.
Yeah, don't command anything.
I don't command anything.
Greg,
No.
There's
Greg,
going to be a guy in a suit and glasses coming here and take you out. And I'm going to be like, I don't know what happened.
Greg Penner, can you please tackle J.K. Dobbins to make sure he doesn't leave the facility? Please, for the love of God.
How about this text? They didn't throw their name on it, but it's really good.
Okay.
It says, hey, guys, don't underestimate the power of us Uber drivers. If we want J.K., all we have to do is make him miss his flight. Uber drivers, come together. Get this done.
Yes, get it done.
That's a great text right there.
Get it done for the Broncos.
Yeah, man, I think I said this earlier too, and I love this part of it. It's just icing on the cake that you're stealing not the second player from the Los Angeles Chargers if you're able to get this done. Because it was Evan Ingram that went over and talked to L.A. Then now it's J.K., a former Charger with a tender on him from L.A. that you can then steal from a division opponent who, we've said it, Cecil, it's Kansas City, it's Denver, and it's L.A. that are competing for the AFC West this year. And it's as open as it's been in 10, 11 years.
Yeah, and the fact that the Chargers put that tender on him, I mean, don't think for a second. Najee Harris is on a 1-year deal with them. That's a 4-time 1,000-yard rusher. Not very efficient runner, but a 4-time 1,000-yard rusher that they gave a 1-year deal to. Don't think for a second they wouldn't have J.K. Dobbins back.
Mm-hmm.
Prevent that, jock block them, and add to your team in a department that you need. I don't want to sound like Tommy Boy, and I don't know if Tommy wants wingy after them bad chicken wings I had last night. But I would say this. You want the guarantee on the box that is J.K. Dobbins. He's a veteran. He's experienced. He's a 3-down player. And if he had to be the guy, like, oh, my God, everybody's hurt, and all we have is J.K. Dobbins. If that was the case, he could be the guy.
Mm-hmm.
First down, second down, third down, the entire game, 25 carries, 35 touches. Whatever that number is, J.K. could do it. And I like that guarantee on the box.
Well, and to further that point, I mean, the simplest breakdown of this is that right now, as it currently sits, with J.K. in the building but not on the roster, the Denver Broncos do not have a proven NFL running back on their team right now.
Right.
And this is a team that won 10 games and expects to do that again and fight and win a playoff game, maybe even get to host a playoff game if all things go right. And you don't have a proven running back and you have these expectations, right? I mean, you got Sean Payton saying this.
We're going to be a problem.
But you don't have a real running back right now?
Yeah.
That's what J.K. Dobbins is. I get it. He's been hurt and he's missed some time, but he would be, if he signs right now, he would be the best back in the Broncos room when it comes to NFL production, proven production.
I'm not going to guarantee it, and I'm certainly not going to do a tattoo bet because those are stupid.
I'll always do a tattoo bet. Always.
Then I'll call it stupid. The bet, not you. The stupid bet.
It's fine.
The stupid bet.
They
Tattoo
stupid,
bet.
But I'm in.
That's how you get to the Super Bowl. This is the way. Another Star Wars reference. You will have no idea. This is the way towards Santa Clara again. And you look back at that Super Bowl 50 team, outstanding defense, right? Best of the best of the best. This Broncos defense can be outstanding as well. I'm outstanding. Now I got Shaq in my mind. But what else did they have? And they had Ronnie lead the team And RIP, still can't believe guys like Ronnie and Demarius are gone, but
Ronnie Hillman.
Ronnie leading the way, and then CJ in the playoffs. You could run the ball. Peyton Manning was not the Peyton Manning at that time. He needed that defense to be outstanding. He needed to run the ball. And as much as we're excited about Bo Nix, playoff football is just different. Josh Allen can't get anywhere, and he's the MVP of the league. Lamar Jackson has amazing talent we've never seen before, not even Michael Vick. We've never seen that talent before. He can't get to the Super Bowl. This is tough. You need a guy like J.K. Dobbins for Bo Nix. Do it for Bo, right?
Yeah.
Do it for this team. Add that sort of back that you can just, hey, the chips are down. Bo's a little off today. And you just hand it off to J.K. 30 times and he gets you the win. That's the type of capability that he has, and that in the postseason equals championship.
I also think it's interesting. You go back to last year, and Sean said it a lot this time last year. Keep playing the game of Bo not being the official starting quarterback, but he brought this into training camp too. Got to have a running game, got to have a defense. Well, didn't have a running game, and a lot of that was at the fault of one Sean Payton, and then just didn't have the talent either. Javonte and Jaleel were not good enough. But now you've got handpicked R.J. Harvey. This will be handpicked J.K. Dobbins because maybe George had the idea, but Sean's going to take the credit for it of like, oh, we saw the name out there, had to go get him. So 2 handpicked running backs from Sean himself, knowing his words that a running game is the best friend of a quarterback, a young quarterback who he handpicked.
Right.
If Sean doesn't run, if they land J.K. Dobbins and he does not run the football at a higher rate with his handpicked draft pick and handpicked free agents, he's just not going to run the football. This is going to show us, you said it, last week, how much more there can be in Sean Payton's playbook. Get 2 of his running backs, and let's really see what that playbook looks like.
Yeah, and that's why the turnover is 14%, the lowest in the NFL, because Sean's got his guys. He doesn't have all his